Today we're going to be doing some fabulous desserts. I'm Sergeant Joshua Speaks. Welcome to the Grill, Sergeant.
Woo-wee!
From the Army's Quartermaster Center and School in Fort Lee, Virginia.
Are you ready for this? Beautiful.
Featuring music by the Taste Buds.
It can't get more better.
Now serving up the best meals, military style.
Woo! Come on, give me some.
The Grill Sergeants.
How you doing, Taste Buds?
Good, Grill Sergeant!
You motivated today?
Yeah!
You hungry?
Yeah!
All right, we're going to be doing some desserts, some really good, simple desserts that taste excellent. All right, we're going to start off. This is a recipe that my grandmother actually made herself, and it's been passed down through the family, and I want to share it with you guys. But I'm going to need Ranger Jones over here to help me out. So what we're going to do, Ranger Jones, if you want to, he's going to grab this glass casserole and spray it down real good because we're going to be baking in that. So here we have 1 box of cake mix with 1 cup taken out. We've got a little bit of melted butter right here. All right, we're going to mix this together. And this is going to be the crust to the pumpkin pie cake. Get it nice and incorporated. And it's going to be, like I said, the consistency of a cookie dough. Or if any of you have ever made pâte à choux, which is what they use for eclairs, it's kind of going to have that consistency. So I don't want you guys to get scared when you think it's not coming together. So we added an egg in here. All right. You ready, Ranger Jones? And Ranger Jones is he's going to go ahead and make this crust. And if you can see, it's starting to come together like a cookie dough. He has his pan sprayed down. And there you go. All right, now we're going to move along. There's 3 layers of this. We have the cookie crust, the middle layer mixture, which is going to be kind of like our pumpkin pie filling. And then we're going to have a crumble that goes on top. So in goes our solid packed pumpkin. Sugar. Right here we have a little bit of sweetened condensed milk. A few eggs. A little bit of nutmeg. A little bit of cinnamon. And we're just going to give it a little whisk. Taste buds, you think you can handle this dessert? Why don't you give us some little mixing music so we can put this thing together? There we go. All right, so we got this, he's getting this crust in here. Now we're ready for a filling in. There's a spatula on there too.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to do our crumble. Keep that music going. Keep that music on. There's that 1 cup of reserved cake mix that we were talking about. A little bit of sugar. And then we're going to go ahead and act like we're doing a pie dough. We're just going to mix this in until it gets nice and crumbly. This kind of music makes me want to come to work. So we're going to get this nice and crumbly. Just like you're making pie dough, you just want to rub that butter in there. It's going to coat that flour, that sugar. It's going to give it a nice crisp on top. Then we're going to go ahead and sprinkle this on top. Like so, be generous with it. All right, to finish it off, we got a little bit of cinnamon sugar we're going to put on top. And after that, we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for 1 hour or until the center comes out nice and firm. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and make some nice caramelized apples to go alongside. Got a nice little caramel sauce to go with it. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to hook this thing up. Good thing about this pumpkin pie cake is you can serve it warm or at room temperature. Welcome back to the Grilled Sergeants. You just tuned in. We're doing a show on some easy-to-make desserts, but absolutely delicious. Right now we have my grandma's pumpkin pie cake in the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and get this. I got a little bit of bittersweet chocolate and semi-sweet chocolate mixed together, and we're going to go ahead and start melting this down. So we're cooking that at a low temperature. So when we get to that, the chocolate will be nice and melted, and we can go ahead and fold in our rest of our ingredients. Well, right now, we're going to finish off this pumpkin pie cake. And what we're going to do is take some of these nice Gala apples right here. And we're going to just kind of caramelize them. And this is going to go really well with that pumpkin pie cake. You guys smell that pumpkin pie cake over there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love Grandma. They always have the good recipes. But it's good when they'll share them with you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of butter in here. Anytime you want to caramelize something, if you want to caramelize, say, walnuts, usually it's always equal part butter to sugar. So just going to melt this down. That melts down. Got these nice apples up. And if you're going to do apples, you kind of want to use a firm apple, which most of them are firm. I know the Washington apples are kind of mealy a little bit, so you wouldn't want to use them because they'll kind of break down a little bit fast on you. Get that nice sizzle. We got our apples in there. Now this is a good time to add our sugar. And the apples have a little bit of sugar in them too, so they all kind of join forces together and caramelize. We add a little bit of cinnamon sugar to this too. Ranger Jones made us some nice little puff pastry twists right here. And what he did was he just got some fresh puff pastry, and he cut them into strips, rubbed them down with a little bit of sugar and cinnamon, which we have right here, and then rolled them up, and then baked them at 350 for about 20 minutes, and they got nice and crisp, so it's a nice little garnish. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pull this Grandma's pumpkin pie cake out. So we're going to go ahead and plate this up. And what I did was I cut this into a triangle. We're going to go ahead and put that there. And lean that other triangle up on it like so. We're going to take some of these caramelized apples. Put these nice caramelized apples. And the good thing about this pumpkin pie cake is you can serve it warm or at room temperature. And then we'll just drizzle a little bit of that little bit of that sauce right there. And over here on the side, what we did was we just took a little bit of pistachio, ground it up, toasted it, and made a little stencil of a pumpkin and sprinkled it on there. Some of Rangers Joe's famous vanilla ice cream right here. We're just going to go ahead and put that right there. And there you have it. Grandma's pumpkin pie cake with a little bit of caramelized gala apples, puff pastry twist, and some homemade vanilla ice cream. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and knock out this flourless chocolate cake. So stay tuned. This is where you make your money right here on this cake. You don't want to beat it to death. You want that air to stay in the eggs. Welcome back to the Grill Sergeants. If you just joined us, we're doing a show on desserts right here. I've already started, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, we already started melting down this bittersweet and semi-sweet chocolate. But I'm going to go ahead and move this up to the front lines up here. Right here we have I have 8 eggs, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put these in the mixer. And we're going to whip these on high speed for about 5 minutes or until they're tripled in volume. And then what we're going to do here, we're going to check this chocolate. I'm a fan of bittersweet chocolate, so that's why I chose to cut it with the semi-sweet with bittersweet. But you don't have to. If you want to use all semi-sweet, you can. You could use all bittersweet if you wanted. Right here, we're going to add, we got some cube butter. We're going to add that into the chocolate. And we're just going to kind of melt that all together. Get it nice and smooth. The nice thing about this flourless chocolate cake is there's only 3 ingredients. So the prep time I don't think there's much prep time at all. You're just cracking 8 eggs, measuring out your chocolate and your butter, melting this down. And you're probably asking yourself, how is this cake going to rise without flour, sugar, and all those good things in it? Well, actually, the eggs are going to work as a leavening agent. And right now, what we're doing by beating the eggs over here is we're incorporating air. And you'll see in a minute what we're going to do is we're just going to fold those eggs into here, and that's going to be the leavening agent. You see how smooth that's getting? What's your favorite dessert, Sarn Williams?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
Well, it's funny you say that because the way we're going to be cooking this dessert today is the same way you would cook a cheesecake. We're going to be cooking it in a water bath and a springform pan. And what that's going to do is that's going to help keep the cake from cracking, and it's also going to help from overcooking the cake. It's not going to have that direct heat right on the pan. It's going to have that water as a barrier. So, almost there. Just check on our eggs. What I did is this springform pan here, I took some aluminum foil and just wrapped the bottom of it because if you notice with springform pans, they have a crease in them, you know, and you don't want to take a chance of water getting down into that crease. Can I hear a little, we need a little mixing music. I'm about to start folding these eggs, and I need to get motivated over here. Get us a little tune. That's what I'm talking about there. All right. We got our eggs right here. This is where you make your money right here on this cake. You don't want to beat it to death. You want that air to stay in the eggs. So we're going to just gently keep folding the eggs into that chocolate. If you go to this thing with a wire whip or a whisk, it's not going to come out. So we're just going to keep folding that egg yolk right in there. If you notice, we're going to add these eggs in 3 additions. That's going to also help safeguard knocking all that air out. Now, where we get to bake. We'll spray this springform down real good so it comes out nice and easy. We're going to go ahead and pour this batter in, just like that. And right here we have our water bath we talked about. We'll place this in here. And that's how you make a flourless chocolate cake. We're going to put this in the oven for about 20 minutes until the center is firm. All right, up next on the Grill Sergeants, we're going to go ahead and cut into this cake and sample it. So stay tuned. I'm going to dip this chef knife in some hot water right here, just so we get a nice clean cut. Welcome back to the Grill Sergeants. Today we're doing a show on some easy desserts that you can make at home that are also delicious. We've already served our pumpkin pie cake, and we're in the process of baking our flourless chocolate cake. But because of the magic of television, we have one right here that's already done for us. Now with the flourless chocolate cake, you want to make sure when it's done baking, it takes about 20 minutes or until firm in the center, that you let it cool before you cut it. Now you can serve it warm or you can serve it cold. Now the difference in the cake is going to be, if you serve it cold, it's going to be kind of dense. If you serve it room temperature, it's going to be almost kind of like a light and almost like a mousse. So it's a preference thing. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and plate this up. I'm going to dip this chef knife in some hot water right here, just so we get a nice clean cut. Anytime you cut a cake with frosting or something to this nature, it's always good to get your knife nice and hot so it makes a nice clean cut. If you need to wipe it down, as long as it's warm, it doesn't have to be wet. Get a nice slice right there. Looks about good. We're going to go ahead, move this over here. And again, Ranger Jones is an excellent pastry man. He did some beautiful piping on the plate to hold these sauces. We have a little bit of a raspberry sauce that we made up, which you can also get this recipe on PentagonChannel.mil. This chocolate that he piped on here just kind of contains it. Right here we have a little bit of vanilla sauce. Oh. And you can spread it out. I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty like this, but it's always helps because you always eat with your eyes first. Then we have over here some little paper-thin wafer cookies. We like to call them twill cookies. We'll put that in the back. And then right here we have some fresh orange supremes or segments. Lay a few of those right there, because everyone knows chocolate and oranges go hand in hand. We have some fresh raspberries right here. And there you have it. All right, join us next time on the Grill Sergeants. Thanks for tuning in.